All right, we should now be live. Hi, I am Kara858, and today we're here for episode 12 of It's Our World. So of course, those out here watching us will know that here at the Cookout, we like to give love and support to different individuals in the community. Give them shout outs to different channels. Perhaps you could give them a follow, support them on their endeavors. And first, of course, we always like to give a shout out to is my friend Rosebell Arts. For those who don't know, she was actually a good friend of mine. I actually was one of the first friends that I met on Twitch. I met her playing a video game called Plague Tale Innocence and had no idea she was an artist. Um, Next stream, she was an artist. Realized that she was doing anime content, and during that time frame, she was like relatively small. I think it had like maybe like 30 or 40 followers. But as time progressed, she just blew up to where she's now had a recent subversary for 2 years. They had like over 1,000 subscribers. Got established as a partner. Like I said, just all types of success, and she deserves every bit of it. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give Rose Bell a follow and support them on their endeavors. The second group we like to give it a shout out for is actually a new D&D show that's appearing called the Black Dice Society. It is a fantastic show featuring B. Dave Walters. You see Cypher of Tyr. It has Becca Scott, very large known names in the D&D community is in this show. They had their first episode last Tuesday, and all of the characters was absolutely incredible. Incredible. It's in the setting of Ravenloft, and B. Dave, with his decades of knowledge, has decided to sneak in some characters that hasn't even appeared in 5e yet. But for those who have like their previous knowledge, will recognize those characters right away. Like I said, it's great content. I'm not going to reveal much more than that in case you have not seen the first episode. But if you can, definitely go ahead and take a look on their show. That is also available on the D&D Twitch, so you can be able to watch it at any time. The last TTRPG show we would like to give a shout out for is this Kids on Bike show for Road 20. There's the DM there is actually part of a POC cast called Rivals of Waterdeep. They have him, and it is actually a primary POC cast itself. It's just the show overall is just very endearing. Like in terms of kids, all the kids' characters they matter a lot. They feel real. They feel authentic. And as you watch their content, you just fall in love with all of the characters. Even Winter, who is relatively douchey, doesn't really fit my mojo normally, not too much. And she, and yeah, I still still care for that character. So it's a great show. I think they just hit episode 6. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give them some support and follow them on their endeavors. So those are all of the shout outs that we have for today. Fortunately, our friend and fellow playmate Wonder in Texas back. Unfortunately, she does not have her camera with her, so we'll be using kind of similar style that we have with myself. But at least she's actually here to be able to participate. And we're just going to go down the list and actually start with Nasra. If you'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, any projects that you're working on, and your social media account.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron or Wonder Text. You can find me on Discord or Twitter from those same handles. And the project I have going is one I'm super excited about. I'm getting to get back in the DM seat to do some crazy, hopefully cool things with a magic school. And that should be coming soon, forthwith. I'm just really excited. We played a session here the other day and I had a blast. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to play.
Excellent. And the next we like to give is Reed. Reed, if you could talk a little bit about yourself, plug your social medias, any projects you may be working on.
Sure. So you can find me on Twitter at Big Dude Reed, as well as a few other places, and maybe some few projects that will be coming out soon that I'm not allowed to talk about just yet. So we'll see what's coming up down the pipe, and I'm looking forward to a peaceful game where no events will happen today.
Yep, I expect the exact same way. Going down to our bottom row, Mimsy, if you could talk a little bit about yourself, any projects you're working on, and your social media.
So, hi everybody, I'm Mimsy or Morgan, whichever. You can find me on Instagram at Peachy Keen Arts, and I've also got a project, some personal projects that I want to put out some art for. I'm also getting back into my DM boots, but also other projects that are hopefully going to be coming soon. So,
Awesome. And next we have Fell Flames. Fell Flames, you like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug your social medias, any projects you're currently working on.
Hello, I am Zach or Feld Flames. You can find me online at Z Halo Musings. I do not need to get back into the DM chair because I am stuck here with these people every week, as I am pleased to be. However, I am at work on writing stuff, and when I have more to share about that, I will. Until then, who's after me?
And what we have last but definitely not least, with the slightly lighter hair color, Adrian B. Adrian B, if you can talk a little bit about yourself, your social medias, and of course some upcoming projects, like tomorrow. But I'll leave it up to you.
Indeed. Hey everyone, I'm Adrian Bear. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch here as well at the Bear Pin. That is with an H at the end of pin. And tomorrow, I'm super excited because we are starting our very first Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle called Blood on the Bayou. It should start at 2 p.m., I believe, PDT. For me, it's nice and early, 5 a.m. in the morning, which is great. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And then Tuesday, there will be episode 1 of the Knights of Thala, which is the D&D stream. That is at a more reasonable time for myself, which is my 7 p.m. So that's going to be, if anyone is up in the morning in the States, early morning, on a Tuesday morning, quarantine times. So who knows? Y'all might be able to watch it. If you wake up early on Tuesday morning and you want to watch something with your coffee and breakfast, please join us at the Bear Pin for episode 1 of Knights of Thala.
Awesome. Yep, and there's a couple players that may be in this game that may be appearing in some of these shows. So yeah, definitely go ahead and take a look at the Bear Pins content. Like I say, I'm pretty sure you would definitely enjoy it. As for myself, hopefully you all know who I am. If not, I would definitely introduce myself. I am Kira858. I do artwork. I have my own company called Snowstorm Comics. In terms of projects, if you check out my previous streams, you will see that I'm working on my first upcoming comic book for Snowstorm Comics. We also have some TTRPGs actually appearing on this channel in the near future. So keep an eye out for that, as there's going to be even more content here on Twitch. That's all for right now. For in terms of our introductions, we're actually going to head to our intro as we start for episode 12 for It's Our World.
But yes, I did speak.
And we're back. So with that said, Fell Flames, take it away.
where we had just left off, a woman had just come into the room and said, um, had just returned from delivering your message. I can't remember the exact phrasing, but she just informed you something about a battle with red dragons. A message back from the monastery.
So Ikara eyes widen with complete shock from this discovery, which is, rare for him. And he looks up. He says, "Is the battle happening now? What was the message?"
I'm afraid I don't know too much more than what I've already told you. I was only able to speak with one individual at this monastery. They had mentioned something about everyone being involved and shoring up the defenses around this monastery, where I'd left the letter. They said that they would somehow get the message passed on to your mother as requested, but they did not know when due to these red dragons. I'm sorry. Is that common?
Mm, Um. So that our family has kind of been at war with this red dragon group called the Ultis clan. No, it's been going on for like thousands of years. We we've been able to well, the family has been able to get a decent blow, so we haven't heard from them recently. Well, that's actually one of the reasons why we were sent here, was to see or confirm if our rivals was not involved in kidnapping our cousin. So it sounds like perhaps it may not be the case here, but it sounds like they're taking retribution back at home. The monastery was influential in helping to provide a counterattack against the Red Dragon.
Hmm. Well, perhaps they're preparing for the counterattack again as we speak.
Mm. Uh, Ikara looks around. He says, "Um, okay. This is great. I know there's things that we need to do, but I need to go home. I have to make sure that they don't take over."
Remind me again, are we all together?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say,
believe so.
physically,
Yeah.
where are we?
We're in the room that we were
You're-
assigned.
Yeah, you're in the room that you had just slept in order to recover and prepare to do something else today. That something else is now a bit up in the air. Ikara's position on what that something else should be has now been made clear.
Ikara or Nivian. I have the ability, it is a new one, to send a message. Possibly.
Oh,
But the problem is, I don't know your mother. So if you can give me enough information that I could know her, it's possible I could send a message. I mean, I don't want to make any promises here because, one, this is something very new to me. It's not something I was previously able to do. But I don't know if maybe you have a drawing or a picture of her or something of hers that would help me to connect to her.
I don't have anything like that. Do you, Akara?
mm-hmm. Ikara will look into his component pouch, and he essentially pulls out what's considered to be like a little medallion. It's a jewel that his mom actually gave to him on the time of leaving, to kind of as a remembrance of, like, from her home. It kind of is actually was one of her most special items from the den, because as you can imagine, her being a dragon, she has quite a bit of treasure. So this was actually one of her most favorite jewels that she had from the treasure den, and it was used as kind of like a keepsake to remind him of home. And so he will present this for. He says, "She gave me this. Will this help? I can also tell you uh, what she looks like as well, if you want me to describe her."
I mean, I don't know if it'll help. And DM, I am role playing this as somebody who is not very familiar with sending, because I'm not really sure in world how she just picked this up. But like, I'm aware that it is a creature that you're familiar with.
Nezra might just have to have a little faith. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. But you don't have like a picture or drawing or maybe something that would help me, because okay, there's no kind way to say this, so I'm just gonna try to be as real with you as I can. Most full-size dragons are one, very rare to me, so like when I look at them, what I see is like wings and eyes and teeth, and that can make it difficult to, kind of pick up on who is who, because
Would it
they
be?
are new to me. Does that make sense to you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like seeing trees for the first time and trying to figure out one tree. When you're like, they're all new, they're all different and strange and weird. I'm not saying your mom's weird. This is coming out really wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say is the most you can give me, the more likely this is to maybe work. And I don't want to make any promises.
Does your mother have an official title, lad, or sort of an honorific name that might go some ways towards helping, I imagine?
Mm-hmm. It's Lady Delinda. Oh, that's my mother's name. But so out of character, does pictures actually exist in this world? Because if pictures actually exist, like peep ping, taking a photo, I definitely believe Ikara would have had one, but I didn't think pictures actually existed in this world.
Not that easily. There's like the art is magic. So the act of like taking a literal portrait of someone would kind of aid you in a similar way, potentially, which I think is like what Nezra is kind of trying to get at. But Nezra doesn't know how the spell functions. I mean, you do not have to go by the book. You need to give it your best attempt on how you think Nezra would attempt to accomplish this and what Ikara might be able to provide, and then we'll have to see if it works.
All right. Because yeah, if something like that could exist, like a I do believe she would actually have like a semi photo, I guess you could say, or maybe like a painting or something like that. Maybe have somebody do it.
There are no photos. It would have to be like a portrait, like someone
painting it, right?
Painted her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking maybe he could have like it would be a painting of almost the entire family except for Nuvian, because Nuvian wouldn't be there. He was out training during that time frame. So it would be like a family photo placed aside. But again, it's not photo, sorry, portrait. Done in
human form or dragon form?
It would be a human form. They all would be together in a human form. So in that case, Ikara would be like, "Oh, okay, I do have a painting that was done as well. Give me 1 second. Please be very careful with this. This is the only one that I have, along with the jewel." And then he'll present the photo of essentially his family. Oh, not the entire family. It's like some family members that's there. So you'll see the mom. The mom has long white hair with silver horns coming back, pale skin with blue eyes. She has like a white fur looks like almost like a fur coat that's like surrounding it, and then white leather armor around her area, then black pants and black boots. You will see
How many people are in the portrait?
it would be three. I think the younger sister actually was out before he left. So it would be one, two, three, myself, and maybe an aunt. So probably five people. It would be my mom, my dad. You would see the dad who's very close to like a splitting image of Nubian chocolate with with dreads coming down. So you'd be able to pinpoint him right away. Um, but he will point to his mom in the image and says, "That's my mom."
I don't want to get your hopes up on this because this is not something I've done before, and it's not something I know how it works necessarily.
You all hear a small noise as Alyssa Yortham, the one who had delivered the message for you, opens the door, and it creaks slightly as she's moving to flip away.
Thank you so much for the message.
She nods politely.
Okay.
We have met so many people. I don't even know who anyone's names are anymore. That was Alyssa, right? I didn't just like call her some random other person's name.
No. That was Jezebel. Like, no, it was Alyssa. That was Alyssa.
Achilles, I pride myself on my ability to connect with others. You are making this significantly more difficult. Which name was it?
Achilles gives her a hug. It's like, I'm just messing with you. It was definitely Alyssa.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Again, Nuvian, did you have anything that maybe you could add, some sort of family heirloom or something that would help me? I mean, hell, if you had a map, maybe that would help me to focus.
I'm afraid I do not. I did have a lot of time to gather things before we left for our journey, and I was away for the last few decades.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's not in the photo.
I have a thought. Like, I wonder if an emotional sort of resonance might help you out. So, do you lads have any specific, very fond memories of your mother? Like a time that was important to you where it was very bonding? Because that might help Nezra get an understanding of her character.
Mm-hmm. I have many of them.
Nuvian, do you?
Yes.
Do you want me to say one? Would that help?
Please.
Okay. So one more recent one was when I was at the monastery, and then they were trying to teach me a method called the way of the open palm. And when I was trying to utilize the methods, it didn't work that well. It was just I just couldn't do it. I didn't really know why, and so the people, especially the students at the monastery, they kind of made fun of me, said that, and some also said that I didn't belong. So I ran home to go talk to my mom, and then my mom, she helped me, and then she says it's because you're not like them, you're a dragon, and so I would teach you how to fight like a dragon, and that's where I was started to learn my techniques from. And that's where most of my capabilities come from, is through her. And so I still remember how it felt, how she held me like that. It was very warm.
That is very sweet. I tell you what, come over here, and I'm going to create a little space around myself, like kind of I'm not a wizard, so it's not like a circle or something, but like It is an attempt at a temporary holy place, basically. And so I'm going to take the amulet that he had and set it out in front of me, and I'm going to offer my hands to him so he can kind of help me make this holy space with like us. And then I'll stop and be like, Nuvian, did you want to join us?
No, I believe it'll be enough with just Akara.
Okay. And I'm going to try to focus on the image of the picture that is sitting in the center, and to focus on her, and that whatever resonance there is off of that amulet and the story that he has told. And I am going to attempt to cast Sending to Lady Delinda. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I start, what do you want me to say? Because, I mean, otherwise it's going to be just introductions, and that's going to be weird.
Oh, tell her, hi, it's Ikara. I heard about the red dragons. No, we have information, but we're going to head home. See you soon.
You're certain that's what you want to tell her?
How much can you say?
Not a lot, but I think I can get the gist across. But I am worried that I've kind of got Akara's like hands in my hands, and I'm like, Akara, I think that your mother sent you to find Celia. Nope, that's not her name. That's the Lady Myrna's name. What's the name of your cousin?
Sylvie.
Celebi.
Celebi. There we go. I think that your mother sent you to find Celebi, but I think it's also quite possible she sent you to be safe as well. Are you sure you want to go back?
I don't want to be away from my mom when she's in danger like this.
There are a lot of places and a lot of people who are in danger. Celebi among them.
But we can't really help Celebi right now because Celebi's kind of she's stuck. We don't have enough people. But at least back home we have the monastery. We have my dad. We have my sister, and then we have my mom and the rest of my silver dragon family. So we have enough of that. I can just help along with it, and we can make sure that the red dragons are stopped. Hopefully for good this time, so they don't cause havoc for anyone.
Okay, I understand. And I take his hands, and I'm going to try to cast Sending. Let me get my word count ready. Lady Delinda, I am Nezra, here with Ikara and Nuvian. We have recently heard about the problem with the red dragons. They want to help. And that is 25 words.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
This is where don't panic, but this is where I do the DM thing where I tell you to do something that's going to seem completely strange and you're like, why the heck would I need to do that now while casting this particular spell?
Yeah, do it.
Do wisdom saving throw.
Fuck yes.
Ooh, both of us or just Nezra?
Yeah, the Nezra.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
22. Sorry, I don't know if you heard me. It was a 22. 14 plus 8 for wisdom saves.
You feel a pressure, not on your mind, on your soul. You don't have to give into it. Your resistance is strong, but you do have to choose. You've either got to keep fighting as long as it takes to wrestle this thing off, or with this uncomfortable pressure on your soul. You just need to let it go and see what's trying to find its way in.
So, I mean, do I feel like giving in is an... I'm a wise person. I don't know, like, do I feel like giving in it will get me what I want? Or does this feel like I am struggling to do what I want?
This has never happened to you while casting a spell. You have no idea what it means. But you're very attuned. You can feel that sort of pressure in your soul from something foreign, something you can't recognize, and you're either able to resist it or you're able to give in. It's up to you what you think the right choice is.
Ooh,
It's
this
just-
is
This
interesting
is what's happening to you.
as hell. Oh man, that's really, really cool. It's too cool to decide. It's really cool.
Do you need me to do you a favor? Do we need to like quick 10 break right now?
I mean, I
Is
can.
this
I
the
can go.
moment? Do we do it early just so you can think about that?
This is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, hold on. I have a really low intelligence. All right.
Well, you can think for a moment.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Achilles and Nuvian, what are you all up to? How do you react to them kind of doing this? It's kind of like sort of like a very sort of like interesting magical or divine ritual kind of happening in front of you, and obviously like Achilles and Nuvian in their own right are attuned to that sort of thing for different reasons. How do you all react?
Nuvian is sitting pretty much where he was at the beginning, though his demeanor is a bit different than normal. I don't say if anyone wants to roll to check, you can, but it's looks different.
I'd make an insight check. Why not? I think Achilles is probably just letting her do her thing. But yeah, let me see if I can notice what's going up with natural 20 -1, so 19.
I would say you could tell that his demeanor and body language are colder than normal. As he just kind of looks at it, it's normally he's very kind of neutral or stoic. Now this one, he looks a bit more cold or unhappy.
I had to step away a second. What's going on?
How is Serena observing the situation? You see Akara and Nezra in the midst of some sort of a divine spellcast. Nuvian seems a bit different than normal.
Serena's just curious. She's not really used to divine magic stuff, so.
I think it would be fair to say that neither do I. I have chosen to give in.
Excellent. Okay.
All shall love me and despair.
I don't have a backup character, you guys, and I just realized I should have come with one already rolled.
Apologies to the rest of the party. I'll be with you in a moment. Nezra.
Yes.
You feel your essence, the thing that makes Nezra, leaves your body. You no longer feel it. That sort of omnipresent physical like feeling of being able to touch things, knowing there's a body with muscles that you can flex, it disappears. It's completely gone. But you can look down and see that you still have some sort of a form. It doesn't feel corporeal, but it looks the same the way you normally do. And you're in a wide open space. There's no grass, there's no ground. You're just kind of floating. And it's really bright. And as you kind of focus in on all this brightness around you, you realize it's a prismatic array of colors. All of the colors of the rainbow and more that are just glowing around you. And as you kind of continue trying to focus in on this experience that you've given into, that you're going through, you realize it's all emanating from this glowing prismatic orb of light. It's like circular-ish in shape, almost like an orb, but all of the rays kind of fall off of it and leave in kind of a psychedelic circle that causes this array of colored light that's asymmetrical to just emanate in the entire space that's around you. It feels familiar for some reason.
Damn, that's cool. I really regretting not having a camera right now because you just see like my shocked face. Can I move? Does it feel like I can will myself closer?
You try to, and you start drifting. You do, sort of just by no motor function that you can see, but your own will. You just start drifting closer.
I'm going to go to the orb of many colors.
You stop in front of it, and it's there. Seems omnipresent in the space that you're in, but doesn't react as you move. The glow doesn't change, the colors don't change. It's just there.
I will attempt to speak. Can
Okay.
you hear
In
me?
what language?
Oh, that is a good question. What language? What was the language I picked up to? Well, okay. So I have the language that I would normally get with my race. That we said that we were going to make something else. Oh no, I remember what it was. I speak in that language. You know what language I'm talking about.
You don't hear hello, but you feel hello. A greeting, a warm one, a welcoming one. You feel the essence of hello, whatever that means, in your soul.
I think it probably feels like something she hasn't felt in a long time, which would be like the idea of home.
Sort of feels that way.
And I will try again. Where am I?
That feeling comes to you of home.
What do you want?
You feel like an overwhelming lack of desire. Like when you ask, what do you want? You feel nothing. Like the answer is nothing.
What should I do?
You feel that it wants you to give, which is why it doesn't want anything. It doesn't want anything because it wants to give.
It wants to give me, or it wants me to give it?
It wants you to give. Not to it, it just wants you to give in general, to have a giving nature, to be a giving person.
Okay. How can I demonstrate that? Can I touch it? I've
you
already
want-
gone this far. I'm gonna do it.
You touch it. And as you reach out your fingers and try to press them against it, it feels like light. Like this multicolored light you see in front of you literally feels like light. And then you have this strange feeling of like physical sensation returning to you. And you realize you're laying down. Which is weird because you definitely weren't laying down before. But you have the feeling of this ground on your back. But something's changed.
Oh,
In your soul, you feel that multicolored light. You can almost see it in your mind's eye. Internal to you. This multicolored shining light.
damn, that's cool. Um, can I? I mean, can I push emotions at it?
You can certainly try.
I will certainly try because, like, it conveyed to me a message of like hello and home. I want to try and convey a message to it of welcome. So I guess I'll like put my non-existent hands on my non-existent chest and just kind of like try to think.
I need Serena, Ikara, Nuvian, and Achilles to all make me Constitution saving throws.
Ooh, Constitution? Okay.
All right.
That is a 19 for Nubian.
15 for Achilles.
Boop, boop. Constitution.
21 for Serena.
Ooh, 17. So 17 plus 2? 19.
Did you roll for Catherine?
I did not.
Do you need to roll for Cog as well?
No, not for Cog.
she got more than Achilles. She got 18.
No.
Nice.
That makes sense.
You are all so lucky. So what you all see is that Nezra, what you're experiencing is you're giving forth this feeling of welcome, and as you give forth that feeling, a light emanates from you. Not the prismatic light, but you see in front of you this blinding white light flashes through the whole room. Everyone sort of instinctively like closes their eyes. Even Catherine is like, no bad, like, and closes her eyes. And so none of you are actually blinded. You all managed to resist the effect.
Well, Achilles is always blind.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
The
But
eternal
But
blindness.
Catherine can still see you right now, so can you.
True.
Which is why I had you roll for her.
Yeah.
So Nezra, you have that welcome, and you feel gratitude, and as you do so, there's a brief 2 or 3 second lull, and then you hear in your head, "Tell my son not to return without his cousin. That line may need a new matriarch." And then the message ends. And that sounds like a good place for us to take our break.
Whoa.
What?
Yes.
What? Auntie? What? No.
This.
No. Why would you? Okay.
Done
Okay. Why? I wish we had a production person to be. So therefore, when I get shocked like this, they could go click click. Thank you all so. Thank you all so much. We're about to go. Hey, what's like a 10, 15 minute? Or how long?
Yeah, we'll do like back at 30.
Okay. So if you like what you see and you would like to join, talk about the character, the campaign, talk with some of the players, you can join our Discord, which is listed in chat. And like I said, we look forward to talking to you about some of this content. We're going to go ahead and go on break, and we'll see you in 30 after for the second half of It's Our World, episode 12. All right, and we are now back for the second half of It's Our World, episode 12. After that huge news bombshell, go bring it back to Fell Flames to take it away.
Okay. What has happened, and I imagine that some of you would like to react to the reply to the sending if Nezra makes that information available to you. So I would start with Nezra. How does Nezra react?
Yeah, so you have this massive shockwave of bright lights, and then you watch Nezra just kind of fall over onto the ground a bit, and then kind of struggles up onto one elbow. Well, that was something. You're all right, right?
Ikaro would try to head his way over towards her and then try to help her up a basis. Yeah, it was a bit bright, but are you okay? What happened?
Do you need some healing?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I sent a message to your mother. I told her that you were wanting to head her way, and your mother is kind of terse, but she basically told me it was that you shouldn't come back until you have Celebi. And there seems to be some sort of trouble with Celebi's mother.
Auntie Hippopotamus?
I didn't get a name, I'm sorry, but that could be it. Just, she said something that like Celebi would need to be there because of this problem. Possibly. I'll be honest, it's my first time sending one of these messages. It was quite strange, but yeah, it just she was very firm about not coming home without Celebi. Like I'll be honest, she's a little bit frightening. Your mother, just very
Really?
yes. Yes. I don't know how to put it into words exactly, but it was like I could feel the force of will that she has in my mind, and it was very strong. But she said, "Do not come home without Celebi," and that there may be an issue with Celebi's family and the mother.
But she didn't say what happened to Auntie Hippopotamus?
Well, no, I mean the thing about sending, I guess this is my first time doing it, so maybe I just did it wrong. But it seems like there's not a lot you can say in one go. So it wasn't like she could give me a full rundown of what happened or anything.
Achilles will say, lad, remember how I told you yesterday about faith and fate? I think that's confirmation that your mother has faith in the both of you to get this job done. I think maybe it's time to have faith in her to get that side sorted out too.
Not just in your mother, but everybody there at the monastery, Yukara.
Aye.
So we have been given our instructions. I believe we should set about saving her and leave that to them, which means we need to help the resistance here until we are prepared. They'll be fine, Ikara.
You see him pause, and he definitely nods, but there's definitely a nagging thought in the back of his head. Not about going back home, but what has happened to his aunt. So he looks up and says, "Yes, I know. if Mom says this is what we need to do, then I'll do it. But I need to know what happened to Auntie Pothinus. Maybe tomorrow or another time we can ask her what happened.
If we needed to know, they would have told us. We must focus on what we were instructed to do for now.
Nuvian, I got a little turned around. Are we confined to this room, or we can leave it?
We can leave.
Yeah.
Technically working with these people.
Yeah, well, Nubian, I got a little bit turned around. After all of that, I could use at least some water, if not something stronger. Would you mind? You have a fairly decent memory. Do you think you could show me how to get to, I don't know, whatever functions as a galley here?
I
It's a
could do
galley
that.
on a boat. What's it called in a real life? Cafeteria.
Real life.
more-
You mean on land?
In real life.
On land, because the boat is fantasy.
Y'all never heard about Pirate Ninja now, did you?
Boats are officially fictional, though. There are no others.
We are the Earth pirates here.
Indeed. I think it was more of a mess hall like than a cafeteria, but I'm sure.
Well, Nuvian, if you don't mind.
Nuvian will stand up and walk over to her. Are you able to walk, or would you like me to carry you?
Oh, no, I'll be fine. And she'll get up. She's moving a little bit slowly, but it's not, it doesn't look like she's in a pain. It's more like somebody who has forgotten how to do something briefly. And they're just kind of like coming back to it. So her movements are a little bit uncoordinated, but as she does it, it gets more and more clear. Oh, I'll lead the way. Yes.
And yeah, he'll leave.
I follow. And after we get away from the room, somewhere relatively private, I'm gonna be like, Nuvian.
Yes.
I did not want to say this in front of Akara, but her message was a little bit stronger even than what I indicated. She said that the line may need a new matriarch. In Celebi, I would assume. So it sounded quite serious.
I figured that much.
Yeah. I don't like keeping things from him, but
it is necessary in this case. He can be a bit focused on what he thinks is right. But in this case, we have to continue with what we were tasked with. The monastery can handle its own defenses. I will ask you not to tell him, at least not yet.
Then we are agreed.
Was there anything else in the message?
No. I've never, like I said, I've never done this before, but it was very, I don't know if the limitations were because, I did not go to some monastery and learn this. It could be my own inexperience, but I think that maybe she could not say more, even if she had more to say.
That's fine. We have limits. And do not let yourself be consumed by the what ifs or believe that it was some sort of limitation on you. If you did your best, then that was all there was to be done. That was all that we were meant to know. That was all we were meant to be told.
It's an interesting point of view. I will think on it. I am honestly just a bit hungry, so if you could show me the way to the mess hall, that would be...
Of course, though, I wouldn't expect much. We are under the ground at the moment.
Well, I'm used to eating what is put in front of me and not being too choosy about it.
Uh, Nezra, if I were to ask you to send another message today, but in the future, would you be willing to do that?
Yes, of course. Like I said, it is difficult. I think that I'm. I think maybe it would be easier if I knew who I was sending the message to. But I will try my best.
I will see what I can do about that. There's a person I would like to hear from if possible, but no rush. We have lots of work to do and lots of people to help.
Yeah. What is your opinion on this resistance? Is there anyone that you particularly, I don't know, trusted or did not trust?
To be honest with you, and that's why I don't trust any of them.
Fair.
I find it hard to believe that none of them knew what was going on. It seems far more like, for some reason, someone was separated or cut off from the benefits of what was going on and has decided to strike out on their own. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but we will see.
In my time traveling and wandering the continent, I've seen a fair few people who have been at great disadvantage in societies. I know what desperate people would do. Are these people desperate?
Some of them.
That is what worries me the most.
And what will you do if you see something you don't like?
Well, I mean, I believe that each person has to make their own choices. I don't like to override the will of others based on my understanding of a situation. But it would change it would change my choices.
Yes. Well, we will all have to make choices that will be difficult. I've noticed you all haven't talked too much or with too many details about what happened on your assignment earlier in that house. Um,
I mean, it, I do not have any secrets from you, Nuvian. If there's something that I can tell you, I will.
I don't believe you have any secrets, though I am concerned you do have what I would consider a strong sense of justice or morality. But I wonder that if that will be a benefit to you or weakness.
Ah, yes, it is. It is difficult to define what you believe is right or wrong when you are not given the template. And I find that my own understanding of what is right is wrong has been greatly challenged by by joining all of you. I have done things that I would have never even considered, and I do not yet know how I feel about that.
Well, I'm afraid there's no one that can tell you how to feel about that but yourself. There
True.
are many people who have tried to do what's right. Um, but if I can give you a bit of advice, I would recommend, as my father once told all of us, is to make the decisions that you will find yourself not regretting tomorrow, regardless of if you feel they are right or not.
Interesting. Nuvian, when you have to make a choice as to what is right and wrong, what do you base it on? What is the value that you place?
I will be honest, I don't concern myself with what is right or wrong. I have decided that my people, my loved ones, are what matter to me the most, and that is what I will do. I will protect them with everything I can, no matter what price must be paid.
Then why get involved in this at all? Is it solely Ikara that is driving you forward?
I do not look like Akara, nor do I look like the other dragons in my family. And for a long time, that was difficult. But ultimately, all of dragonkind are my people. They are my family. And I can't stand by and watch them be enslaved for war machines, for petty nobles.
So your idea of the greatest good would be the freedom of those dragons enslaved and protecting Akara along the way.
I don't know if that is the greatest good or an evil, to be honest. It doesn't matter to me. It's what I want. It's my choice. And it's the path that I will follow.
Hmm. You've given me much to think on, Nuvi.
Yes, well, it won't do you any good to focus on philosophy. You will make your decisions when they need to be made. Now let's see if we can find you something to eat.
Yes. Maybe there will even be a grape or three.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
While they're having this conversation, Achilles will have a look at the car for a second. He's like, lad, I know you might have a lot to think about right now, but would you and Serena care to join me for a moment? I want to find our man Thomas. I want to ask him a question.
Sure. The little one that's running around helping us, right?
Hi.
Okay. He nods.
We will sit about trying to find Thomas.
Cog will walk closer to Ikara while they go look for Thomas.
And he'll look down, and there's like a huge attempt to try to smile, but it's too much effort. There's a lot of like conflicting emotions, and he knows like this is the reaction that he is supposed to provide, but not knowing what's going on with his aunt is just so there's like a little small creak like to try to smile, and then he just gives up, and then he just looks back down on the ground and starts to ponder.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad. Oh my god, Ikara!
It's like that. Oh, I'm supposed to smile here. Too much work.
Oh.
Yeah. He's struggling.
So you go to find Thomas?
Yeah.
You find him easily. He is carrying a bucket of water, actually, very slowly towards your place, kind of like dragging it, like, you know, where you like move something one step forward and then put it down, then move something one step forward and put it down. He's doing that towards your guys' room with a bucket of water.
Do you need a hand there, lad? That looks heavy like.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I thought maybe like you guys could wash your faces or need some water or something this morning.
You know, I have this wonderful trick which just seems to get rid of all the dirt. So thank you for the consideration, but I don't know, maybe some people want the water like either way, and Achilles will help him sort of carry the bucket and sort of like back to the room. I was hoping to ask you, I don't know if Commander Hunsbury is available right now or not, but I know he had said that there might be some people that could come with us to Gilga if we are ready to head out. I don't know exactly what we're doing just yet, but I did want to ask him if it's entirely possible, because I find myself, well, not being as armored as I would like right now with everything going on. I was just wondering if there happens to be any, I don't know, any extra chainmail or something like that that I might be able to use.
Oh, gee, I don't know. We'd have to go check the armory. A lot of the stuff tends to be, scavenged from other people that sort of, well, I mean, you hate to say it, but it happens, right? We're fighting a battle here. But yeah, let's go to the armory, and then I'll try to gather the other guys along the way. I'm actually leading the mission, to go to this other place. So.
All right, maybe we'll show you the fort over there, and you can get a good idea of exactly what it is that Commander Hansberry might want to try and garrison people at.
Yeah. So I'll still be hanging out with you guys. But yeah, here, follow me.
All right, follow him.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, we get another friend, another Thomas.
Another Thomas?
Oh,
Do you know Minnie?
I knew one. No, I knew another. Oh.
He suffered a tragic accident.
It is a rather common name, to be honest with you. Not sure why. Never asked anybody.
No, I knew another Thomas. Short-lived. Short-lived.
What? Like, that sounds... I don't even want to know.
He liked playing, what was it, cards or something?
No, it was marbles. Yep, marbles. Yep.
He was playing marbles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Achilles. Yeah, and here, and equipment, and how do we just filter to armor?
Can you just filter to armor?
I swear there was like a tag or something that you could use.
Oh, D&D Beyond?
No. Yes.
Yeah, there is a
Thinking warding. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
You are able to find some hide armor and a chain shirt, which is different than chain mail. It is medium armor that, as opposed to being actual like chain mail, it's slightly less protected and just kind of goes down as a shirt over leather.
Would that be more AC than 11?
It is 13 plus dexterity, maximum 2.
Hey, I mean, that's better than 11. And what's the hide armor?
The hide armor is 12 with no dexterity, or dexterity max 2 as well. Sorry. They're both medium armor.
Okay. Would I be able to take this chain shirt, lad?
Well, I suppose so. It doesn't seem like anybody's using it. It's a little busted up. Yeah. Sort of rusty, but he kind of like shakes it and is like, yeah, I guess if you want it.
Thank you. Can I use prestidigitation to clean the rust off?
You are able to do so.
Tight.
It takes a little bit of a 1-2. You're like, well, that's supposed to. There we go. Okay.
All right. I will equip a chain shirt there. Did you want to get breakfast or anything and maybe discuss our next step?
Certainly could go for some breakfast. It's also something I really need to talk to you about, Achilles.
Is this like a private kind of conversation or?
Well, that also kind of depends. Probably.
It's okay. I can wait here.
No. Uh, it is for you, Achilles, but I don't want to have Akari be alone, you know?
I think it's right. I mean, to be fair, we just find out quite a lot about what was going on back with the lads' home. So, I don't know if it's that private. I mean, what kind of private are we talking here? But
Achilles now.
I mean, you never know. Like, either way.
Maybe one day, but no, not now.
If it's all right for the lads' ears, then I think we're okay here. Thomas, would you mind? We'll meet you in the mess hall if that's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna gather the crew. We should be ready to leave in I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Thomas.
So be ready. And he kind of puts on like a slightly commanding voice for a second.
Achilles gives
Be ready.
a salute.
Serena's just kind of cringes
He
just a
salutes
little
back.
bit.
He just looks confused, and he just shakes his head, and then and he looks over at Serena.
So, Achilles, when I was talking to the commander privately about a question I had, he gave me this, and she'll pull out the sending stone. He said that if we needed to contact him to use this. However, whenever he showed me where he got this, I saw a lot of other stones. And I'm not confirming, but I took a peek at the others, and I'm not sure what the relation is, but I saw somebody with the last name McGowan.
What did you catch your first name at all?
Oh, where are my notes? It was your father's.
I can just give it to you if you want.
Okay, please. I can't find it.
His name's Kieran.
Kieran. So she'll say that.
And so Achilles gets like this concerned look on his face, or confused. So, well, now I really want to find Commander Huntsbury again. But were you supposed to be looking at all those things is my question.
I don't think I was, because he kind of shut the cupboard.
Oh, that makes it more difficult. Okay, so
Do you want to talk to him?
this is a catch-22 situation, Matt. I don't want to give anything away about Serena, but I mean, if there's a chance that I could know for certain whether or not my father's okay.
Yeah, he's family. He's your family. You should.
Achilles, if you want me to do it, to take it, I am willing to do that.
To just take it without asking him?
At least bring it to you. I mean, we can try asking, but I don't know if he's willing to give it, because he didn't mention it.
To be fair, I didn't quite get my last name.
Oops, that was me just.
Yeah, I mean, you knew because you met the family before and everything, but I didn't quite give Commander Huntsbury my last name, so. But then, I think for now, maybe we leave it as is and try and earn a bit more trust with these people still go and tell my ma what I know and try and figure out a next step, I guess. And then at some stage, we can use our stone there to maybe ask the commander.
Hmm.
This is very confusing. Like, I am.
From what
But-
sorry, go ahead.
No. What were you about to say?
From what I know, these are at least contacts that the commander probably keeps up with. One of them was Alyssa, another one was the Archon and Bastion that helped us, I believe.
Right.
Maria.
Maria, that's her name.
Right. I God, I wish they had a forge around here. Let's go get breakfast. Let me think.
Okay.
Thank you, Serena.
Yes. Guess we're gonna go get breakfast now.
Yeah. Hits the mess hall as well.
Yeah. Ikara kind of studies Achilles' face because he's kind of curious because he's kind of in a similar boat. What is his emotions right now?
You can
Does he-
definitely see like his brows are furrowed. I mean, he's gone through his morning ritual. He's got his blindfold all tied up and everything like that. Something that you would notice, both of you, because you've been around him enough to see this before, is that judging from what you can tell right now, he's not using Catherine to see. So you can tell that his walking stance is a bit different. Like he's based more upon like his sense of hearing, and but it doesn't really slow his gait or not. He's pretty good with his senses there. And occasionally you will notice that Catherine will like go on one side of him and sort of like knock next to one of his legs if he needs to turn left, or knock next to one of his other legs if he needs to turn right, because he hasn't memorized the layout of this place.
She will also bop him on the back of the calf with her nose sometimes, just because.
Yeah. But his Achilles usually has a big old smile on his face at the best of times, but I wouldn't say he's not smiling right now. He's not like, doesn't have an angry or sad face or anything like that. You can tell he's thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's curious, and then goes back to thought. Heads on to the mess hall.
Yep.
Okay. And you all wait for the last people to get kind of ushered in and filtered in to begin your journey.
You see, second.
Anything else you want to do before you leave? It will be.
Are we all prepared? Like, I do want to say before we go, I do appreciate you taking this time to help me out, go see my man. Definitely tell my brother, no joining Bastion's armies for you, lad. That's definitely one of the things which I would like to tell him. But I reckon I still have a few rations.
You are welcome to send him to the monastery. Training is difficult, but he's welcome.
It's probably too dangerous right now.
But yes, don't send him today. But
Aye.
later, when there is not, dragons and war, then
A lot of
then
the
he'd be welcome.
issues we're dealing with at the moment. No.
Some kind of training is definitely wanted by him. Are you doing okay after your session there, Mazra? How are you feeling?
Oh, hey. Good. Fine. Thank you. And you? I mean, I understand it was bright there for a second. I guess that wouldn't affect you too bad, Achilles, but Catherine's okay?
She's good, yeah. She's fine. We're doing okay, I guess.
She makes a hiss at the mention of the light.
Oh.
I am so incredibly sorry, Catherine. Will you? I do the thing where you put your hand in front of a cat's face to wait to see if they'll initiate conversation. I kind of do that with Catherine, just kind of put my hand out to see if she'll tolerate my presence.
She tackles your hand, boops it with her snoot, and then does sort of like a cat would with a toy, like a pounce down, push it to the ground, and then spin around it, like I got you, and then boops you with her snoot.
Yeah. Awesome. I'll spend a little bit of time playing with her as I use my offhand to eat.
She does. And then she eventually goes over and deftly leaps from the ground all the way up onto Achilles' shoulder and just lands there.
Yeah, he's definitely been more picking at his food, not really eating as much as you would, and he eats quite a lot. He's a big man, so he's definitely more picking at his food. But he feels her on the shoulder and gives her some scritches.
Oh,
she jumps down to one of the pieces that's been pulled off, grabs it up and eats it, and then jumps back up onto your shoulder.
Well, are we ready to go?
Sorry, are you okay?
Achilles will cast message. Oh well, no, you still have to whisper into it, so it doesn't make the thing. He will give Nizra the signal.
It's 2 taps on the shoulder, and I will activate Mind Link. Oh, one of these conversations,
Well, maybe so. Serena gave me some interesting information. Our Commander Huntsbury gave us a sending stone to be able to contact him when we need to. And apparently in the wherever it was that he was keeping these, he seemed to have a lot of others. And well, Serena spied one that was labeled with my own last name and Medaz's name.
So your father worked with the Resistance?
Potentially, which for me is very confusing. I mean, so, he likes to do good by things, but my dad's a merchant. I don't.
Well, the movement of things can be very important, especially in a Resistance, right? You need people who move. But your dad is safely at your farm, no?
Well, no, this is the thing. I've been quite worried about him because he was due, well, he was taking wares to Erlorn. I don't know if he has left Erlorn or if he has left Erlorn.
Oh.
So, and we can't just go out and say, oh, Commander Huntsbury, you know that sending stone that maybe we weren't supposed to look at that might have your spies contacts on? Could I have a look at that for a second? I don't think we've earned enough good faith with these people yet for that kind of request.
Nezra, roll me an insight check.
Will do. I love insight checks. That'll be an 18, which is relatively low for me.
It was difficulty 15, so you do get the information. You know what people have talked a lot about around the campfires and whatnot, as you all have been making your way around together? All of the portraits at Achilles' house.
What?
The paintings and portraits at Achilles' house. Well, they're all over, like a family home of, the children young, Achilles as he got older, the mom, the dad, portraits. Something that you just used in a rather involved process to get a message to somebody.
That is true. I feel like I've had this flash of insight. I I wonder if I could do something similar. This is still via mind link. I'm not saying all that. I wonder if I could do something similar for you as I did for Akara. Send a message. If you have a portrait of him, maybe something that is signifying your bonds with him.
Well, his name is Kieran, and our last name is McGowan. I don't have any portraits of him, but I can create. Well, it's going to be mostly sparkly lights. I don't know how much you're going to be able to get out of the definition. I could try draw him, maybe, unless you want to wait until we get home to my family's place, then you'd get a better image of him. But I can describe him to you.
I mean, I'm willing to try. I'll be honest. This new ability that I am discovering kind of takes a lot out of me. I could give it like maybe once more today, but after that it would be I would need some rest. I would need to recuperate a bit. But I mean, if you want to show me a picture or something, or if you want to wait until we get to that farm, are we going to the farm next? And then actually, I'm gonna say that part out loud.
Okay.
Are we going to the farm next? Oh no, sorry, I meant where are we going next? That was what I meant to say.
I think we were headed to the farm, if that was all right. Just to check in there, and Commander Huntsbury had, thankfully, liked the idea of using the old fort as perhaps another staging ground. And I would like my family to be aware of what's going on so they can make their decisions. And we're not too far away.
How can you know?
From what Commander Hunsbury had said, we are 16 to 20 miles outside of the crossroads. And that's not too far from where I live. About a day's travel, I would imagine.
Are we in the correct direction for where you live? I don't, all my travels, I don't think I've ever been so underground before. It's kind of disorienting. Like, I don't even know, like, normally I could say, oh, there's the sun or there's the moon. I kind of have an idea of where I am geographically. Here, there's nothing.
I think we got shown a map, didn't we?
I'm not so hot on the maps. They don't make any sense to me. I'm not going to lie. I look at a map and I'm like, how can you say that that's a mountain? It's just a squiggle on a piece of paper.
It should be at least 5,000 times larger.
What is this, a map for ants? Yeah,
Well,
but I mean, I trust your understanding of the location. So yeah, so turning to Serena, I feel like I kind of understand what Akara Nuvian's goals are, and I kind of understand what Achilles' goals are. Personally, I'm feeling a little goalless right now. What are your goals?
I think I'm in the same boat as you, Nazra, honestly. I think what's keeping me going right now is that I've grown close to all of you, and I want to see you all be happy and emotions and things like that. But
I actually quite like emotions. I think that they're very useful.
they can be, I guess. I guess I've never really felt so emotionally attached to people before, except now with all of you.
Hmm.
you'll see that Achilles actually does start smiling now.
And I think I want to see, even though my home city kind of shut me out, I do want to see it prosper for those that are still there, that haven't done anything wrong yet.
Yet.
Wait, just to clarify, is this via mind link or is this out in the open?
This
No,
is
this
out
is
in the
out
open.
loud.
On the
Oh,
open, yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
The transition point was when Nezra said, "Wait, so are we going to the farm next, or where are we going next?"
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Okay, so it sounds like, if I'm understanding correctly, what every person's kind of drives are right now. The goal is we're going to head to the farm to Achilles' family. There's also a fort nearby that we're supposed to look at for the resistance. And then after that, we will refocus on Celebi.
I think that's part of the plan. I believe we had the idea of potentially trying to go and seek the assistance of the elves, because that was floated by Mikara as quite a good idea, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have these 4 families to rescue. Is that us, or is that just the resistance at large?
I think it would help them out,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be us.
Mm-hmm.
They did not present it as you are individually responsible for this. It was more of a, well, this would be great if you could help with any of these because it needs to be done and we're still planning all of them.
Okay.
When we focus on returning to the farm, then we see if any of these families are being held anywhere in the vicinity. And if possible, we will get to the ones closest to us as we make our way in search of other allies. Does that sound good?
I think that sounds very reasonable.
Yes.
I agree.
Just
Alright.
to clarify, there was 2 spots. There was the elves that are in line with the green dragon, which we were going to talk to, and then there were possibly dragons further west. Yes, west, up in the mountains. That we at least wanted to warn and possibly get on our side as well.
Well, again, I'm really not hot on the maps. Which one would be closer to the farm?
That
Does
would be
your
the
farm have a name? Because calling it the farm just kind of feels weird.
fantasy generator.
It's
Fantasy name generator.
we just call it it's our farm, but people will call it the McGowan Orchard. We mostly do peaches.
What do you feel about
Uh,
McPeaches?
That sounds kind of You know, that sounds like it would be the name of one of those creations of that ice cream shop, to be honest.
I like that ice cream shop.
You can just call them the McGowan Orchard.
Okay. So heading to the McGowan Orchard, and
Achilles' mother basically told him that we have a small farm and only big farms get names.
One day, all of this will be yours, at least to where the border markers are. Try to keep humble.
Like, one day, all this will be yours. Can you see it? It's amazing. And he's like standing at the back door, pointing like a little bit that way and a little bit that way.
All right. Well, thankfully, I am a little bit better armored now, which is quite helpful. So that's something. Nezra, in answer to your other question, which we were talking about.
The voice in your head says, yes.
If you want to try contact my dad, you can. He's a lot taller than I am, about 6'6". I definitely get more of my frame from him. Long brown hair, salt and pepper beard. You don't know what my brother looks like, so I can't describe it. He has more of a. He's got more of a. Shall we say? What's the word for it? More of like a hawked kind of nose, if you know what I mean.
Hawks have beaks. No.
Aye. So if you know what I mean, it's more. He has a bit of the bump going on there.
Hey, Zach. So Aaron has 0 artistic skills. If I wanted to find out if Nezra had any skills, where would I look?
That's a good question. I've had to rule this before in a different game. What did I decide? So I'm pulling up the character skills.
Is it performance? Or just like
no, because the
dex?
problem is performance is more designed for like the sort of literally the performative arts it's more designed for.
I mean, I feel like it would have to be 2 separate skills. It would have to be like the ability to visualize and like compose in your head, and then the ability for your body to do what you want it to do.
Yeah, like I saw like they do like for folks who are intimidating but use strength versus charisma. I think they use like intimidation strength check, where if you're proficient in intimidation, you add that to strength versus charisma based where you're just talking to somebody.
This is gonna be a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a nature check.
Ooh.
And a dexterity attribute check. So you'll roll a d20 and add your dex mod.
Can I also use prestidigitation to make nerd lights in a general sort of like, you know, an outline of what he would look like? It's not super accurate, but should at least get the shape, like what I did with the image of the red dragon before.
I'll say yes, but it doesn't really help you.
Yeah.
It doesn't help you in the role in any sort of a way, but like it helps Nezra in the sense that like it gives her a general idea of what.
I just want to let all of you know, intelligence and dex are my 2 dump stats. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Good luck.
So I think the answer to your question is Nezra is not good at drawing.
Well, I got a 10 on my nature. Even with my -1.
Mhm.
And then just a straight dex check for the second one?
Yeah.
12 for the dex.
It's a reasonably decent drawing of a person that's not your dad.
Well, it's very like, okay, he's tall, so like you have the idea of a silhouette of a tall person. Like there's nothing in the background that really indicates it except for maybe some slightly elongated features. It's like a hawk's nose, so the nose is super prominent. It doesn't.
Well,
It is a decent drawing, but it is a decent drawing of not your dad.
maybe I'm not describing him very well. Like, I mean, we can wait till we're at the farm, and he will say this out loud.
Yeah. Okay. Drawing is like maps. Okay. I don't really get it. Like people say these things, and you're like, how is that supposed to be a nose? It's just a line. But then other people can make it look like a nose. But to me, it just looks kind of like a weird kind of half of a triangle. It's never really worked out for me. But I did try.
You did. Thank you. Were we going to wait for Thomas and them, or were we supposed to find them?
No, they've been filtering in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting ready to head out.
I mean, I was just letting you all finish your conversation.
Yeah.
He actually probably is already there, like leaning against the wall, and he's like muttering to himself, even though you can't hear him probably. Well, Achilles can probably hear him because his hearing's pretty sharpened. Muttering about, man, I told him to be on time, but I didn't say be ready to leave in 20 minutes. I really messed that one up.
Shall we?
Yeah, exactly. Thomas says, "Yeah, let's go. Let's yeah, go.
All right.
Fine. I'll lead the way. I'll lead the way. Totally.
How old is Thomas?
Like 20.
Okay.
You can tell that all of the other people are basically his age.
They're all young. Yeah.
Nezer's feeling a little bit old today, I think.
Nezra's still a child, son.
Novian, you're an old man. Be quiet.
I was just waiting for a car to be like, I'm a child too.
He would if it was different circumstances. He definitely would.
But a dragon child. And that's how like the caverns collapse. He just lightning breath all over the dirt. The caverns just start collapsing. Anyway, Thomas does lead you all out to the surface. You can see that the sort of the dirt leads out into like a cave mouth, basically, that looks to be made of actual stone, but is kind of just a ruse. Obviously, it leads into dirt tunnels, not rocky caverns. There is some sort of like arcane drawings over the mouth of the cave as you come out, and there additionally you can see what appears to be animal tracks around the mouth of the cave.
What kind of animals?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a survival check.
God
yeah,
damn it. I gotta stop asking these questions.
Well,
I am the wrong person for this.
for survival,
skill.
survival is wisdom.
No, actually, survival is
Yeah,
wisdom.
wisdom. Yeah, that's what I'm rolling it. I was
Should
like,
be fine.
mhm.
You've traveled in the wilderness by yourself dozens of times. You should be good.
26.
Woohoo!
Oh, okay. These are not animal tracks. These are some clever survivalists who have attempted to fake animal tracks in the area around the cave.
Oh wow!
Did they look well done?
Pretty decent. Like you are obviously able to figure it out pretty quick. After all, you are a master of the jungles, having traveled through many on your own. Uh, however, it's decent.
Is there anything I could point out that would assist them in making this better?
Do you want to try to make it better?
Like I just want to give them like a tip. I don't want to spend any time necessarily making it better. No, actually, it depends on how like everyone seemed to be in a rush, so I don't
You
really want to
you
distract.
you sort of quickly lean down with a small twig, and you push a couple of holes into one of the paw prints, and you're like, actually, specifically in this area of the forest, there's a different breed of cats, jungle cats, um, and those tend to actually dig their claws in a bit more when they're stalking prey. So if you want to make it seem scarier, like a place that you don't want to go, just and she kind of like taps in the claw marks a little bit more, just so you know. And everyone is kind of like, someone should tell the rangers that.
With the Rangers to shame.
If you would like to introduce me, I'm sure that I could share some of the things I picked up on my travels.
No. Okay, we've got a mission that needs to be done later. We have to go on ahead. I'm supposed to deliver you all safely back to Mr. Achilles' farm here, and I got to make sure that I do that.
Of course, Thomas. We follow your lead as always.
Oh,
Of course.
thank you. He seems a bit surprised, but he's like, "Yeah, thank you, exactly." And what, Sona?
So could even call him commander for a little bit if we really wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I could never. And it was his like cheeks start getting red.
Oh,
March out, men, or fold. Yeah, let's go. He starts walking through the forest.
I love Thomas.
I love him already.
Everyone-
Well, I know he's gonna move through the trees to keep an eye out.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Oof, what's my thing?
You all can make me perception checks if you're observing this.
Oh
now.
yeah, definitely. Because I have no.
19.
Ooh, crit fail.
Was that a double nat one?
Oh no, I didn't
Oh,
get it.
no.
I was just talking. I was
Oh,
just saying
no.
her. I don't know.
I thought mine was a 1, but it was a 7, so I got a 12 total.
11.
Ooh.
19, 12, 11, nothing on those.
What?
17 plus 4, 17 plus 7. That is 24. Yeah,
It would have
24.
been a
No,
0.
No. Ikara overshot, bro. There's a difficulty, and if you go too high, you're about
You
gonna-
round down to 20. You round down to 20.
Go back to-
Yeah.
His eyes focus in on like a single caterpillar biting through a leaf. And he's like, I see all.
I got a 0.
You have a -1 to wisdom too. So Serena and Achilles have a -1 to wisdom,
Just went. Whew.
and then Nazra and I have a -1 to intelligence.
Serena, you're pretty sure that there was a squirrel, and it kind of catches your eye for a second. You're like, oh, it's a squirrel.
Just like Thomas, there's a squirrel.
Thomas is like, what are you? Yeah, definitely. Let's keep walking. So everyone is aware in the meta, there was no squirrel. It was leaves being blown by the wind and falling over.
That's funny.
However, Nuvian and Ikara, you both have very sharpened senses. So you notice that there seems to be a presence of wildlife in the area that has a bit more of an otherworldly quality to it. like something not fully of nature, but with a little bit more of a magical resonance. Ikara, in particular, you see a butterfly flutters down from one of the trees and lands on Achilles' shoulder.
Ooh.
Catherine is looking at it very curiously, kind of like, hmm.
Do I get a sense from his key that this creature is also of a magical aspect?
Make me a monk level check.
So that's just like
Roll a d20 and add 5.
5. Yeah, that's what. All right, cool. Ooh, another 17. Okay, that is 22.
22?
Because it's like technically there's not really a way to do it. So, like, the game doesn't describe to you like here's how you go about feeling key. So I
Yeah.
figure a way to kind of think about it is like you kind of make like a check, and if you're successful, you're successful. If you're not successful, you can spend a point of key to try to feel the key of whatever you were trying to sense.
Oh,
That's
that
how
makes
I've been
sense.
kind of thinking about it.
I like that idea.
But in this case, you don't need to spend the key point because Ikara is he's on point right now. Probably because he got thrown off earlier. He's like, nope, we're not having that.
Yep.
So it feels like that same sort of sense of like an otherworldly quality, and you realize it's kind of got the same key as Achilles a little bit. It's sort of similar.
So he wishes he had like. Who's next to him? Who's the walking order? Is Netra close by?
I'm next to you. Yeah.
Okay. He'll pull towards on Nezra's side because he's about waist lift. I'm presuming to her. So he'll pull on her side as like to try to get her attention. And says, "Could you?"
You hear a voice in your head. What's up?
Oh, thank you. Could you message Achilles? There seems to be a butterfly on his shoulder that's kind of like not natural, like otherworldly, kind of similar to Catherine. I think it's good, possibly, if it's like Catherine, but I'm not sure.
So when I look at the butterfly, does it just look like a normal butterfly to me?
It's got.
Oh, you froze for a second. It looks like it's cool now.
Oh, am I back?
Oh yeah, you're back. Yeah, you froze for like 5
That was
seconds.
weird. When I froze, I could hear you guys apparently, but you couldn't hear me. So that's weird. But anyway, it is not a normal butterfly. Distinctively, it looks like things tend to have adaptations that help them survive. So most butterflies wouldn't be like a strange, bright yellow color with veins of silver running through them in like a forested area like this. That'd be kind of strange unless it had some other reason for that adaptation. So like it really stands out in the surroundings.
Huh. Okay. Give me just a second.
So like it is a normal butterfly to you in the sense of like that's a butterfly. It's weird in the sense that like those colors are not typical.
Okay. So I will message Achilles in his head. I'll turn on my link so he can message back. I'll be like, so, Kara noticed you have a new little friend. I don't know if this is part of your whole you levitate when you sleep thing now, but check out that butterfly in your shoulder.
I mean, I could feel it landing, like, but it didn't seem to be doing any harm. I'm this. Hold on. Achilles has actively still not been looking through Catherine's eyes, so he will turn on the site and look at the butterfly. He hasn't disturbed it. He's just sort of left it there on his shoulder.
When you look through it, it goes and it lands on Catherine's face, and she tries to like shake it off for a second. So it's like right, kind of like up close in front of your eyes. Um, like looking through her eyes, which are your eyes right now. Um, and then it just sort of like stays there, and she tries to shake it off, and then seems to like grow comfortable with it. She's just kind of like looking at it curiously again.
Can I make some kind of arcana and or religion check or something?
Sure.
Which one would you like?
You could give me either an arcana or a religion check, and you may obtain different information depending on which you
Yeah.
choose.
I'll go for religion. They're both a +3 for me. Shh. No, I have no idea. It's a 9.
Sure. You can do that. Was that a DM? No, that was everyone. You can cast that.
Okay, I do. So let me know if it's aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet.
Achilles does not realize this with his religion check, but you are supernaturally aware through your spell of the fact that it is a celestial creature.
Is it just the butterfly, or did I see other ones or other things?
Like Ikara specifically noticed the butterfly. You both noticed a sort of uptick of strange and supernatural looking like creatures around you. One of them is like a squirrel, a genuine looking squirrel, but it's like weird. It's got some kind of different teeth, maybe, and the tail's a bit off, longer than it should be. There's a lizard that you see, but the lizard has like a very strange, like skin texture to it that makes it seem like it's made of rock, even though that seems highly improbable. There is also, um, yeah, there is also a deer off in the distance, but the deer antlers are they're like forks, like curved forks. It comes up like this, and then it goes up into a spike, and then it goes up into a spike, like two pointed fork.
Okay, then Anubian will make his way back to the group.
Well, our butterfly friend is certainly interesting.
There's more around. There's a lot of creatures around that has similar key like this. Is this place meant to be like a holy place?
There's
Oh, yeah.
butterflies.
I would know with good and with detect good and evil if this place has been consecrated.
It has not been consecrated.
I don't know that the place itself is a holy place, but I don't. I get. I certainly get a sort of holy feeling.
It could be that these animals were summoned here, or this could just be one of those weird things that happens sometimes, when people are trying to show you the way. Or it could be part of the defenses here. I don't. Thomas, do you have any divine spellcasters around here.
Yeah, no, fresh out of those. Sorry. Why?
Well, apparently in this area there are a lot of, mm, shall we say, divine animals.
Have you tried speaking to them?
That's a good idea, like. I will try and speak to the butterfly in Celestia. Um, I don't know if you can understand me, but if you can, land on my nose.
It lands on your nose,
Oh my.
and
Well.
then it transforms into a fox spirit that is kissing you on the forehead. And it turns and floats off into the space in front of you.
Oh my.
Achilles, take a point of inspiration as you all recognize popping into your view immediately on the other side of the forest that you've just stepped through, the lines of trees you've just stepped through, is the crossroads, which is where we're going to end this episode of It's Our World.
Oh.
Good.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop.
Trixie Kitsune.
I see what they did. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Thanks to the new followers that actually joined. I'm glad that you all are enjoying the content. If you would like to discuss about some of the what you've seen here in our campaign, perhaps give some fan art or just we talk with the players. Once again, you can join us at our Discord, which will be placed in the chat below. And you will be able to join us. Like I said, not just that, we also have art streams. We have watch parties for like My Hero Academia, other content as well. So look forward to that. We're also going to have episode 11 released actually this upcoming Sunday. It was delayed a little bit, but it should be released on Sunday on the YouTube at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you didn't get the chance to watch it on Twitch, you'll be able to do so tomorrow on YouTube. And this VOD should be going up this upcoming Wednesday. So once again, I hope you all enjoy our session, and we look forward to see you on here next Saturday, for our 13th episode of It's Our World. Farewell for now.